What's up, guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today I am showcasing you my signature Master Classic team. I only have access to so many Pokemon that are viable in Master Classic, so this is my signature team of Togekiss, Giratina Altered form, and Groudon, shiny Groudon by the way. And basically the thought process behind this team is pretty simple. Togekiss has a great matchup against the Dragons. It struggles against Steel types. So if I see a Steel type in the lead, I switch into my Altered Giratina, which has proven to be a very good safe swap as my Groudon Earthquakes, the Melmetal. And yeah, then Groudon is obviously a great Steel counter if my Giratina Altered can take back switch advantage for me. So that's kind of the thought process behind the team. It might have actually been a mistake that I went straight for the Earthquake against the Melmetal, because now this Dragonite, it's going to try and farm me all the way down, which is kind of sketchy, and it's going to have so much energy. So I'm like, oh crap, maybe I should have just like straight fire punched against the Melmetal so I didn't give this Dragonite so much farm. But I do over farm quite a bit and actually lure the Dragonite into throwing a Dragon Claw here, which is something. And I'm just hoping my Giratina Altered can handle what's in back, and it's an Excadrill. So this is a pretty close matchup. Giratina Altered just has so much bulk to it that it's also going to be able to outpace with chip damage from these Dragon Claws. And drill runs are gonna hurt over time because Excadrill is very attack weighted. But overall, this is a pretty comfortable situation. I figure if I can just get this thing low enough to potentially charm down, I should be okay, because Togekiss can actually survive a Rock Slide, but it will hurt. And also the Dragonite, if they had 100 energy, which I presume they did, they already have a Hurricane loaded. So I'm going to have to save a shield for that potential Hurricane. But I do actually shield that drill run so I can get off this Dragon Claw here. This is some valuable chip damage. And I might lure the Excadrill into throwing, but they actually catch the Dragon Claw, which is actually perfectly fine by me. Because by catching this, all that energy on the Dragonite goes to waste. So I don't know if they were trying to snipe me or what by throwing the Dragon Claw, but it didn't work out, and we take the win there in game number 1 of the set. Let's go. It's also a best buddy Togekiss, and all the three of these Pokemon have very good IVs, 14, 15, 15 as you see for Toge. Altered Giratina 15, 15, 15, it's a hundo, and Groudon 15, 15, 14. Dialga, I like this lead. If you're not familiar with this matchup, Dialga can get both shields from Togekiss in this matchup. A little bit of mutual lag there, but Togekiss, you can't try and charm this all the way down. Otherwise, you're gonna go down 2 shields. So you have to throw a move, and you actually don't even have to throw the Flamethrower. Ancient Power does more than a charm, so Ancient Power will be enough. Oh, and that opponent, they must have lagged a little or overtapped something, because they should get to another one. I go for an Ancient Power here, which might be a mistake because they don't shield, and I really wanted that shield. I aggressively swap into my Giratina, and I CMP on this Shadow Claw, or Dragon Claw, and the Psy Strike. You see how tanky Giratina Altered is. Psy Strike from a Mewtwo hits so hard against most things, but Giratina Altered can actually take 2 Psy Strikes. I CMP tie again. I know I live this Psy Strike, so I can't imagine I shield this. Oh, I do. I do shield this because I'm worried there could be like a Kyogre in the back. And if there is, I need my Giratina, and there ends up being a Groudon. Fortunately for us, it's a Mudshot Groudon and not a Dragon Tail. That would be kind of tricky because we'd be in jeopardy of getting farmed down. I try and catch an Earthquake on my Togekiss, but I'm unsuccessful. But this is still okay. It was a low-risk catch attempt because even though I didn't catch, it's not like he can farm me down or anything. He's still going to have to expend a lot of energy. So obviously the catch would have been nice, but I don't need to. And because he threw 2 Fire Punches, I know that if he throws an Earthquake here, there's no way you can stack moves, even if you're at 100 energy. And with 15 attack, I figured my Groudon would probably win CMP. I actually didn't see the CP of the opposing Groudon. 40-90, yeah. So I must have seen that. I must have seen it was a lower CP and figured I'd probably win CMP, which is a little risky. Could have just gone Fire Punch to be safe, but it's whatevs. Okay, Melmetal, Rise. How do you beat a Melmetal lead? You've got a Togekiss and a dragon. There's nothing you can do. Well, you see, I swap into my Giratina, and they are not swapping into anything immediately. So I'm farming up a lot in case they swap out, because this way I'll have stored energy for whatever comes in to meet my Giratina and potentially can take back switch. And that's the goal here. And look, they swap into a Giratina Origin, and I've already got a Dragon Claw head start on this thing. So, oh, sorry, it's their own Giratina Altered. That's on me. My bad, fam. So I'm actually going to commit a shield here because I really want to take back switch advantage. Because if I can get my Groudon onto the Melmetal, I'm in a great spot. So we're going to see if I'm able to take back switch. And I'm going for another Dragon Claw here. I'm over farming just a little bit to try and throw off their counting. I know I can live this Dragon Claw and still get to one of my own. So at this point, I'm deciding, okay, I'm either going to take... Oh, and they Shadow Sneaked. A mistake. They should not have Shadow Sneaked. That's less energy efficient. And this is pretty high elo too, so I'm surprised my opponent made that mistake. At this point, I realize if I shield, I'm just going to get Shadow Claw down anyway, potentially. So I just decided to let it go. I'll Charm down, and he's out of shield. So if I can potentially... Oh, and actually go for the Mud Shot down, and check this out. Double weak to Groudon. Double weak to Groudon. With the with the Zekrom in the back. I guess it makes sense, because if you lead against Groudon, you could swap in Zekrom. And Zekrom does okay with shields up against Groudon, because the Dragon Breaths are really going to chip away. But, I mean, with shields down, Groudon's going to go to town. Look at that shininess. The green glow. Groudon is glowing. And we're going to be able to take this thing out. No need to shield. Superpower has been debuffed once, so it will not KO us. The Mud Shot that went through KO'd. Oh, and the Giratina is still alive. My bad. So we're just going to throw a Fire Punch here to take it out. And Groudon coming in clutch. If they had a Kyogre in the back, we definitely would have been in trouble. But fortunately for us, it was a Zekrom. So a bit lucky with that team comp that we kind of hard countered them in the back. And they didn't have an obvious answer for the Giratina. So that really helped us out in that game. Going against Batachi, 23. Great lead against the Giratina. It's actually not a super comfortable matchup. And they switch into Dialga, so I'm going to switch into my Groudon. Whenever someone switches Dialga, I'm always concerned that there's a Melmetal in back. So I just try and keep that in the back of my mind. Giratina, actually, my Giratina Altered, even though I don't have Shadow Sneak, so I'm only hitting it for resisted Dragon Claw damage, it still does pretty well against the Melmetal. It's a very tight matchup, so I just consider it almost like a tie, that matchup, because it's very close. I expect the Giratina to come back. I actually go for a bait here, which is kind of risky, but I figured he probably wants to shield an Earthquake. And he doesn't. He doesn't shield it. So I'm like, okay, I'm only going to get to like one move now. So might as well go for the big EQ. I land it. Nice. And then in comes an Excadrill. So this is kind of scary. I try to catch a potential Rock Slide, because it does slightly less than a Drill Run, but it didn't really matter too much. And at this point, I just need to do as much damage as I possibly can here. It's a little scary because that opposing Giratina Origin has a ton of energy. So I'm a little bit worried about that, because if my opponent plays this right, they could potentially sneak out of here with a win. I'm deciding whether I want to shield. I figure I kind of have to shield, because I need this chip damage. I need to get this thing into Charm Down range. I get the last shield. They come in, and they're going to take me out with a move here. And they actually Shadow Ball, which is huge for me, because it allows me to Charm Down. And now I just need to get to a move. I was afraid that he had double right here, so I actually just go for the Ancient Power. And I'm like, oh man, does a non-stab resisted Ancient Power, double resisted Ancient Power, does it KO from here? I'm not sure. It doesn't. And luckily, they didn't have double. So I was barely able to win that game by the skin of my teeth, even though I had a really positive lead. and a pretty positive safe swap. Really came down to the wire. Another Excadrill, okay. So this is a bad lead, so I switch immediately into Giratina. Let's see how I can play out of this. The goal here is to try and get a shield advantage if possible. I also kind of want to get shields down if I can, so I may expend a shield in this matchup if I feel like I can also get a shield back, if I feel like it's worth it. I'm keeping an eye on my health. It looks like a CMP tie here. I'm probably going to shield this because I think I can potentially get to 2 Dragon Claws here with the amount of health I have left. It's going to be really close. If I didn't think I was going to get to 2, I probably wouldn't have shielded that. But look at this. Barely get to 2. So now I'm either going to get a shield or I'm going to get switch. So I do get the shield advantage. That is just crucial. I know he's going to get to an Iron Head. So I'm actually not going to come in Togekiss. I'm going to come in Groudon because I would have to shield the Iron Head on Togekiss. Oh, I do shield it on Groudon because I figure since I don't have switch, Groudon is my win con. In comes Giratina. And this is good because 2 Earthquakes just about KOs. But how on earth am I going to take out that? How on earth am I going to take out that Excadrill that's still like fully healthy? Gonna have to eat another move here. I'm not super concerned with a potential catch because that would one-shot the Excadrill. The Excadrill. So I'm not really concerned with a potential catch. That they're not going to try that. I take it out. I overfarmed a little. In case I lost CMP, I did 1 mud shot and swapped because I wasn't sure who won CMP. And now I don't even need to get to a move here. I just need to get enough charm damage to put it in Fire Punch range. And a Fire Punch does about 50%, maybe more. Probably like 55, 60% to an Excadrill. And I have it stored. And I think I won CMP. If I didn't win CMP, then I guess he didn't have it. But yeah, a nice comeback there. I felt like we played that game very well. Coming back from a bad lead and a not great counter swap. So there we go, a 5-0 set with my signature Master Classic team. I recommend you guys try out this team for yourselves. Some of you, I'm sure, have already commented or are wondering why I'm running Ancient Power instead of Shadow Sneak. The reason I'm running Ancient Power instead of Shadow Sneak is because I feel like it helps a lot in certain safe swap scenarios. For example, if they meet my Giratina with a Togekiss, with Ancient Power, and you see I get to 2963, so we're closing in on Legend. Also, by the way, if you're still watching, thank you. And I'm actually streaming right now, going for Legend. If you're watching this video within like the first hour that it goes live. So join me on stream live as we try and hit Legend. But yeah, basically, Ancient Power I've found very useful for safe swap, for counter swaps like Yveltal, Flying type. Ancient Power has actually allowed me to flip that matchup a few times. It's useful for Togekiss. It's useful for what else? Am I missing? Ancient Power. There's definitely one more that I'm missing. Ho-Oh, yeah, Ho-Oh. It makes that matchup pretty one-sided because the Ancient Power does like almost half health. It hits pretty hard against a very bulky Pokemon. And Lugia, I guess Lugia Shadow Sneak would be fine too. But it also helps with Lugia. And I've definitely probably won at least 3 games, which is just complete luck. But because I have Ancient Power, occasionally, like 12% of the time, you're going to get a boost. So it has allowed me to win like at least 3 games have been flipped because my Giratina gets a boost. And it totally changes the outlook of the game. That boost is OP. But all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Master Classic is new for me. I haven't run very much of it. And I feel like even after 3 days of playing it, I've gone from like below average to pretty solid at it. It just shows you that using one team, you see more scenarios. You're able to read team comps, what's in back. And just by sticking with, because you know me, I have a few teams that I'll go back to, but I like to switch it up quite a bit. And sticking to this one team in Master Classic has kind of re-shown me that you can really improve and get a feel with one specific team. So I encourage you to try it out if you have these mons available. But all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. And all that said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.